What's up, Pats Nation? This is DTN back with a brand new episode of Wednesday Patriots mock drafts. Today, we're going to be doing something different. We're going to be doing a mock draft based off of Vrabel's vision, thinking that we should start considering adding the trenches to help protect Drake May. That way, that Drake May wouldn't be getting sacks as much as he had last season. Plus, with the turnovers and also with the 2 concussions that he had last season. And the fact that Vrabel prioritized having the trenches and the fact that we just hired Doug Marrone as our offensive line coach, the fact that we got Josh McDaniels as our offensive coordinator, this should be a fun draft. So, right off the bat, once again, we're not going to be doing trades. So, looking at the oldest list, it says that we need offensive tackle, wide receiver, edge, offensive guard, cornerback. So, when I think of the trenches, Mike Vrabel knows that the offensive tackles last season were crap. Let's just simply say they were crap. They didn't block properly. They were getting beaten at the edge. And yeah, there are instances where Drake May didn't have time to throw the ball. And it just feels like that his internal clock is getting sped up. So, as much as I hate to say this, let's just imagine Abdul Carter is gone. Travis Hunter is gone. We need to consider thinking about an offensive tackle. And I can understand some moans and groans being like, oh, is this going to be a reach? But, and I know for a fact that I'm one of these fans who wanted an offensive tackle. And I agree, because Elliott Wolf last season did not address the left tackle position. And there were countless prospects that we could have drafted last offseason. Like, we could have got the guy who is now with the Chiefs, or Javon Foster, who is now with the Jaguars. So, with Will Campbell, I know that everybody's going to, discredit because of his T-Rex size arms. But with his talent and with his production on the field, you know for a fact that left tackle is a huge priority, and the fact that you want to protect Drake May. So, in my opinion, we should start off with an offensive tackle, whether we like it or not. I know that Abdul Carter, if there's no other options, but just think of thought process. Think about if Abdul Carter gets taken off first overall, now what? But let's start off with Will Campbell, because Mike Vrabel prioritized the trenches. Now on to the 38th pick. I'm looking at all of these prospects. Wide receiver. This guy, I think he's a reach. Let's take a look at offensive guards. No, let's just look at the defense for a second. I know that we could get somewhat of a safety because Kyle Duggar hasn't been playing well, or Jabril Peppers with his legal issues. Will they be a factor? If we consider getting a safety, we may have to get one of those. So I think we should get Xavier Watts, just in case Jabril Peppers or Kyle Duggar gets traded away or released due to their poor performance. But we can all say that Kyle Duggar suffered a injury during the season. But what has he done last season? Only Jabril Peppers played well, but I think that we need some depth at the secondary. Okay, let's go back to the offense. Right now, I'm not liking some of the guys on this list. Some of these guys don't look good, but let's take a look at the wide receiver. I know that Colby from Patriots Global, he has done an interview with Jaden Higgins, and I think Jaden Higgins is the guy that we can get because none of the receivers that we got last season produced anything. But the question is if they can bounce back or not. But with Jaden Higgins at 6'4" and 210 pounds, he showcased elite skills this season, racking up 1K yards and 9 touchdowns. Known for his exceptional catch radius, sharp route running, short area quickness, Higgins is likely day 2 NFL draft pick and a key playmaker for the Cyclones. So, like, if we don't get a T. Higgins, or if we don't get someone like a Chris Godwin, or if Ted McMillan is off the board, this is a guy that Drake May can throw to. You know that we need someone like a wide receiver one. This is a perfect guy to get. And I know he's somewhat of a reach, but this is perfect for him. And besides, we need a wide receiver one or two because as a Patriots fan, I'm sick and tired of the front office drafting wide receiver 3s and 4s or going to free agency for 3s and 4s. This is a guy we should get if T. Higgins goes somewhere else or if Chris Godwin doesn't want to come here. Okay, now looking at the 7th pick. Okay, so this is what we have so far. Now looking at the defense. Let's consider edge for a second. I know that unless Dietrich Wise returns, and I know that Keon White has not been utilized properly since he's not much of an edge rusher. He is more of a interior defensive lineman. So with this scheme, I think that we need an edge rusher. Like, for example, Kyle Kennard out of South Carolina. It says that he is a high motor edge rusher with excellent instincts and relentless approach to disrupting the backfield. Terrell Williams is our new defensive coordinator, let me remind you again. And he likes players that are violent. This guy, he could be super violent. And he could be smart. He has a good IQ, according to this bio. And he can be effective against the run, displaying strong gap discipline and willing to chase plays laterally, but can get overpowered on occasion. By looking at the schedule, I think that since we have the third easiest schedule, we will discuss about like the opponents and what the schedule is going to look like moving forward. But for now, let's just take a look of like what we have here given to us. Plus, the Senior Bowl is going to happen moving forward. So in the next episode of Wednesday Patriots mock drafts, we will get a better insight of some of these players. But for now, looking at this guy, knowing that we need some edge, I think this guy would be perfect for us. Okay. Let's look at these. Okay. Campbell. Let's take a look at the offensive tackle again because or we could take a look at no, this won't work. Yeah, let's take a look at some of these players. We got safety. Maybe we can take a look at offensive tackle. This guy, if Will Campbell is used as a offensive guard, which I don't mind, maybe we can get an offensive tackle. And if Caden Wallace performs well, which he should be coming off of an injury, I think that we can get 2 tackles. And I know it might not look right, but at least you need bodies on tackles because last season we had Vidarian Lowe and Demontre Jacobs, and the fact that Caden Wallace was still on IR, I think you need another body. And let me remind you again, this is Vrabel's vision, wanting to build from the trenches. This is somebody we can build from the trenches. And I drafted this guy in the last episode too. So this is the guy we can get. Okay, with the 145th pick. Let's take a look. I don't like some of these prospects, but you need bodies. Maybe we could get like a tight end, just because. Let's just say, for example, Jaheim Bell, he is more like a tight end 4. Hunter Henry, he's obviously our tight end 1. You need someone as a tight end 2 if Austin Hooper doesn't return. But if Austin Hooper returns and he's at one point he gets injured, maybe you need someone of a body. I haven't seen tape from Jack Westover, so I don't know. I don't know like what he is good at, but since we need another body at tight end just in case, I think this guy, he could be good for us. Luke Lakey out of Iowa. Okay. Now moving forward, let's see what we also need. Since we got our tight end just in case we need one. Let's take a look at our let's take a look at the defense. Okay. Let's take a look at cornerback, for example. I don't like some of the prospects at cornerback. Okay, we are at the 219th pick, so this could be interesting. I think we're gonna need a body at cornerback. I don't know about this guy because he's like Marcus Jones height, but Marcus Jones is like 5'8", so we need some like depth, considering the fact that we might need like a cornerback 3 because we locked up Gonzalez. Alex Austin can be used as a cornerback 2, so we could get more bodies, or we could have somebody as a special teamer. But I need to watch more tape for me to confirm about this. But hey, we got the 222nd pick. We can continue going into depth. So let's get this guy. Okay. Now let's see if this guy that I want at running back could help us. Okay, now I need to rethink. This is where it gets a little difficult. Maybe you get in the guard because Layden Robinson hasn't been performing well. And maybe I know that we'd be getting a lot of guards, that's for sure. But let's take a look at the defense. Maybe we can get someone from the defense. Okay, all of these edges are reaches. Shiloh. What has he? Let's take a look. Well, he's shown strong instincts and ball skills. He lacks elite athleticism, size to an early selection. He needs to prove his versatility, and particularly on special teams. Okay, so not this guy because I haven't seen his gameplay, but I know for a fact that he needs more developing. He needs more work. So we'll wait for. We will pass him. So looking at the D tackles, maybe we could get a D tackle, just someone to support Christian Barmore. But looking at this list, I don't think we have any like defensive tackles. And if we need a defensive tackle to pair with Christian Barmore, maybe that's the case that we need. Maybe we need to build the trenches. And last but not least, Looking at this right now, I don't think we're going to need a quarterback. This running back class is stacked. Maybe we can get another running back, but maybe we can get a running back. Just because maybe we can get another body at running back, because Ramondre Steven and Gibson, they're like our top two, but we may need someone like a running back 3, unless Jermichael Hasty is our running back 3, but we need bodies. Let's just say we need bodies. And besides, Stevenson last season, he had so many fumbling issues. Might as well get another body at. Or we can look at Donovan Edwards. Maybe this is a guy we can also consider. Let's get him. And here is our draft for episode 2. Yeah, there are some picks that I kind of did not like. Like the top 3 or the top 5, I'm okay with. But it's towards day 3, I'm not a huge fan of. But I think that with Mike Vrabel's vision of securing the trenches, maybe we could get some idea of what Mike Vrabel's looking for. Sound off in the comment section below. What's your thoughts on this draft here? And if you want to see more episodes of this series, I would recommend you to subscribe, share this with your friends, and like this video. Until next time, go Pats.